Well, good evening and a very warm October evening here at Michigan for round 5 of the Skypoynt NASCAR Truck Series. Pre-qualifying has been run and done, and we're going to get straight into this one, proudly supported by Skypoynt and hosted by none other than the InterSim Esports Network. I'm joined in the booth here with Paul Jackson, and we'll get to some housekeeping very shortly, but tell you what, already Jason Holdsworth leads off the pole. Very strong showing already in qualifying, and it's shaping up to be a cracker of a race. So pretty much done with the warm-up as we roll off with the grid. So Jason Holdsworth leading off in the P1 position with Glenn Klein off the front row. Row 2, Daniel Stevens from Maxi Marshall in the number 7 entry there. Out of row 3, position number 5, Jai Schultz alongside Matt Patton from Pinnacle Esports Racing. Trent Gosley starting out of 7th position. Darren McKenzie for the Southern Stars out of P8. Stephen Williams and Craig Roffey both rounding out that 5th row and the top 10. 11th, Che Mallow, and 12th, Wayne Priest in the 777 entry there. Rolling over the page, Adam Malone starts out in the P13 position for the Southern Stars. And right beside Sim Boys, Gary Wallman there in P14 in the 45. Dave Douglas, the reigning champion of the series, starting in 15th position. Current number 1 there for A1 Sim Sports. Top Maxfield starts alongside him in P16. Greg Spencer, 17th from Pinnacle Esports Racing. And Andrew Dyson DPR, watch out for him tonight. He's starting 18th position and ahead of Christopher Finlay in 19th and Chris Tomlin there in 20th. The trucks just keep on coming. Noddy Tompkins, 21st position. Kobe Jordan, Inside Lane Productions there in the 22nd position. Aiden Schultz, Southern Stars, 23rd. And Alex Smith in the 24th position there. Rolling over the page, they still keep coming. Looks like Luke Crum out of 25th position there. Riley Curtis out of the 26th position. Henry Fenson, 27th position. And also Tony Roffey for the middle split racing guys out of position 8 as the cars roll around. Tom Pritchard, 29th. And Luke Kenny, the 30th position. Nigel Sedell, 31st position. And Kim Roffey in the 32nd. Aaron Dillon rounds out the field of 33 trucks here tonight for the Sim Boys, starting up the back. But I tell you what, it's Chase the Cash time. And once again, we're here to roll the dice again. Open Series trucks on Tuesday night. This is where the action starts. We'll roll through all of the logistics of the race as it does come. But Jason Holdsworth at the moment leading Glenn Klein around that outside. It's going to be an interesting race, Paul.
Yeah, definitely. And looking forward to tonight at Michigan and see what everyone comes up with, who gets the goods tonight.
Yeah, well, it should be a fairly even start at the front here. Remembering the start zone is enabled at the tracks that they are enabled at. So here we go. Jason Holdsworth pretty much can go on his own cue. A little bit of a checkup contact. And they're gone and they're green, but a little bit of disarray in the midfield there. A lot of checkups there, so they'll certainly look at that post-race. But Jason Holdsworth already out and leads into turn 1 here. Lap 1 of 100 Michigan. And tell you what, he looked pretty strong in qualifying as well. And he does have company in Daniel Stevens. He moves up to the 2nd position. He's up 1 in the 57 entry there. But to early days, and Jason Holdsworth, good jump there.
Definitely looks like Jai Schultz on the inside there, making the move under Daniel Stevens. Just holding on to that 2nd spot. And Jai's looking to put the pressure on Jason Holdsworth pretty early in this race.
Absolutely, and how good do these trucks sound around here? Now Schultz has gone the inside line, so he's definitely cutting it down. He wants that very, very slight contact. Jason Holdsworth high. Hopefully he stays off the fence there. He's going very fast in the exit. Does keep it off the wall, but Jai Schultz now leads him down the back straight. He was pretty hungry for that bonus point. Remembering too, you lead a lap of this race. Now he's vulnerable down to Daniel Stevens on the inside out of 4. So now he has got the potential to get the bonus point as they cross for lap 3 of 100. So lots of action early, especially at the restart there, but also chopping and changing at the lead and very aggressive driving at the front early.
Definitely, and Daniel Stevens got his team up there inside there as well, so they're looking to work together early in this race.
Absolutely. It's very handy to have a wingman there. And, Trent Gosley's certainly looking to go with Daniel Stevens there working well together, but he still does have the 27th, Jai Schultz, and now Matty Payden, 5'8", esports entry. They're both up 3 positions, so they're driving pretty hard early, and that suggests to me that the pace is pretty hot at the front. Just staying on board here at the moment, Daniel Stevens doing a great job leading out from Jai Schultz. Now, Jai Schultz does have the advantage of the draft. We've got to remember Daniel Stevens here in the 57 is punching the hole in the air down the back straight. So Jai's poked a nose out, a little bit more mile an hour, gets down on that low line. So let's see if he can get it done. Daniel Stevens already got a bonus point for this race. And lots of trucks in behind, Paul. Pretty hungry for some action there too, mate.
Yeah, definitely. We'll just jump back down the field a little bit maybe and just have a look down the line here and see what's going back here. So we've got a little bit of a gap there from 9th to 10th. We've got Stevie Dubb in 9th there, Adam Malone leading a second pack here. Just about half a second off the top 9 there.
Absolutely, and there's not too much of a gap between these trucks either, so still quite condensed, lap 5 of 100 here, but yeah, you said it best, sometimes the mid-pack is where it's at as well, and things to look at, and people trying to capitalise on the draft of others and get better runs, and we've got to remember too, there's lots more strategy here at play as well, because so far, no cautions, green flag running, everyone's been pretty well behaved so far, so strategy will come into play. These guys do have 4 sets of tyres available to them in the pit road. So they shouldn't be too much of a factor tonight. It might come more down to the 75% fuel that they are carrying on board. So just as much as it's not really a tyre game in this one, it's more so a fuel game. So who you can save off, who you can race, and calculating your strategy according to that.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, sort of down towards the back here. Wellman just dropping several spots there, so maybe just wanted to get out of the 3 wide runnings towards the back here.
Yeah, and we can see him just sitting in behind Aaron Dillon, remembering he started off the last row of the field as well, so keep your eye on him, because if he comes through the field later on in the race, he will be the hard charger starting so far back, but he's just sitting in there behind Gary Wellman as well, Sing Boys. So keep an eye on those guys tonight, because they'll certainly be there at the pointy end of this race, and kind of just hanging off the back of Henry Fenson there, I believe it is, in the middle split cars. So they're probably just thinking a little bit of strategy here at the moment. But as I said earlier, the pace at the front of this race, you can't ignore it. Now, Trent Gosley, he's up 6 positions now. He does have the lead. So he's technically going to try here for the lead of the race. Let's see on this reverse shot here down the back straight, we can see how evenly matched the cars are in pace. And you've got 2 trucks in the high line, 2 on the low line there, so a little bit of even play. And you've got to remember too, with racing these trucks, and Paul, you've raced these trucks before, mate, utilising that side draft and stealing the air off your opponent actually is a thing in these cars.
Yeah, definitely, but you've got to be careful with the trucks a little bit. They get a little bit looser, I find, than the Cup cars or the Xfinity and that, using that side draft, and they're even trying to get a bit of a bump draft as well. You can get quite loose when you're trying to push your teammate as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting very condensed at the front here. Once again, 2 on the high, 2 on the low there. Just going down that straight. It looks like there was a lot of pushing going on there, which is, it's good if it's fair and it's in the square back of the truck to help the advantage of the inside line. But all very well behaved so far, so good. 10 laps into 100 and no cautions picked up yet. So remembering these guys are all racing and they would have that on their mind and a good result. And also the other incentive with the Skypoynt NASCAR Truck S3 series is the fact that if you do finish with 0 incidents, you get 10 bonus points. You only get 2 bonus points for pole position around here. You get 1 bonus point for leading a race. So 10 bonus points for 0 incidents is mega around here, and it really does repay you. So a lot of these guys are kind of sitting back. Some are getting stuck into it. But certainly there's pace at the front between Schultz, Patton, Gosley now back up to second. I'm pretty sure these trucks have position 8 times within the last 4 laps.
Yeah, definitely very racy tonight, everyone, and everyone wanted to lead the most amount of laps here. Not sure if you guys do bonus points for that on the most laps led.
Yeah, 1 bonus point, I think.
Yeah, so yeah, every lap at the front counts then. So these guys all want to, lead as much laps, get as many bonus points as they can to help their championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Matty Patton there is kind of helping Josh Schultz along on that high line. You can see that Trent Nelson and Daniel Stevens kind of sitting just watching that work in with each other. Che Mello also, he in the 7th entry here is also doing well. He's up in the P7. He's up 4 positions and getting stuck into it as well. So lots of drivers very, very eager to run up the front of this pack. Got to remember too, Michigan is a 2-mile oval speedway as well. Very high speeds, and the draft that comes into effect with these cars certainly does make the difference. And Che Mello, he's done a good job so far this season, and it's great to see him running up front. But yeah, definitely chopping and changing how Matt Patton Esports is now leading the pack as well. So we'll see how he goes. He does shut the door over Schultz, so Schultz will give him a bit of a help up this back straight. And we know how important the draft is with helping other trucks around here, Paul.
Looks like that inside line through the corners just seems to get that better run, and looks like Trent's getting the elbows out there on Matt, just trying to take away from Matt leading the lap there.
Yeah, that's right. Drivers in pre-qualifying actually do mention with their setups that it was quite tight and trying to run around that ring on the inside line. That's where I believe the speed is. I'm not in the seat tonight, unfortunately, but from the feedback I was hearing, that's where the money was, the time was earlier in qualifying. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys adapt with the race setup and 14 to 100. So these guys will start to be thinking fuel numbers now and when I am going to pit, because being in this pack is quite critical. As we do have a car got down the inside apron there, but does rejoin quite safely there. But hats off to these boys so far. Great job so far in this race. But a lot of the field are a little bit down in the mid-pack at the moment. So Jason Holdsworth, he's down 8. Actually, correction, he's just gone up into 8. He's down 7. He's kind of sitting in back there with Steve Dubb. So 2 wise heads, I do believe. He's got a shit ton of oval racing behind the wheel of NASCAR trucks. So these guys are certainly one to watch, and they would certainly be playing a smart game and thinking about the long run here.
Yeah, 16 laps in there, Andy, so maybe we might have to jump over to a driver cam here and check in with somebody out there doing through the race and give the sponsors a bit of a shout out.
Sounds good to me. I love your little box of magic tricks there. We certainly do have the driver cams yet again set up. So thanks to those guys who do jump on there from the Skypoynt League and do interact and chuck up their rig and show everybody at home and viewers at home all those people interacting. We are live on the Skypoynt Facebook page as the Intersim Esports Network. It's starting to get pretty racy here in the mid-pack, Paul. Jason Holdsworth's just kind of sitting there. He's just like, all right, well, you guys want to mess around. Long run, but maybe Schultz now. First we've seen of him tonight, Southern Stars entry, Aiden Schultz, a 52 machine, former reigning champion of last season, sitting 3rd in the championship at the moment. Oh, contact! He's in the fence! Schultz in the fence! Hard lick into the fence down the main straight, and we saw that live on the driver cam. Throws his hands up in disgust. Bit of contact down that front straight there. That's a bit of a commentator's curse if I've ever seen it.
Wow.
Paul.
Oh, that timing, wasn't it? Well, I flipped over to the driver cam there, and next minute I just seen the wheel just snapping on him, and I'm like, uh-oh, this is not good timing at all. So I might jump back to a replay on that, and we'll just see what happened there.
So we might drag him back into his team channel and not bring him up in the booth. But I tell you what, hey, you know what? I did have a little crystal ball earlier as we look at the Skypoynt replay. And it looks like these two trucks kind of did get tangled up on that high line there. So yeah, remembering too, these will be judged on the race review. We can't make the shots up here in the booth, but make of it what you will. It certainly will be reviewed after the race. But you mentioned Paul. We didn't mention him all night, and then we just went to him and had a look, and then that incident occurred. But maybe we might give him a couple of minutes and drag him up and see how he is. But first caution of the night here at Michigan. And looks like Trent Bosley at the moment for the Middle Finger guys, I believe. They're up 6 positions from his side. Bryce Schultz in P3. And in P2, sorry. And Matt Patton in P3. Now these guys are probably going to look to even pick rather safely.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking that. So, yeah, it looks like they're making their way down pit lane now. So, yeah, I did a rough sort of calculation on a base setup. It was about 2 litres a lap burn. So, you know, sort of 19 laps in. You know, they've probably gone through half a tank at least, I'd say.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of big pack running there as well. So a lot of those guys were saving fuel, and a couple of them were battling on as well. Very, very busy pit lane right now. Look at this. Very, very busy. Nearly every car coming into the pit road. These guys will want to be serviced. Some may take tyres, as we can see. Some may take lefts, some may take rights. Probably both ideally. Plays around Michigan. And Trent Bosley is out and serviced, exiting pit lane. So he will go pick up the safety car as he leaves pit exit. Looks like Matty Payton there, P2. Daniel Stevens as well, Adam Malone, Dave Douglas now. So it's kind of shuffled up the order as these guys try and file out here and pick up the safety car under the first caution report.
Yeah, well, the thing I liked about that pit stop, it looked like everyone nailed their pit base. It didn't look like anyone overshot it or messed up their pit stops. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if anyone did jump their in positions. But if we have a look at the timing there, so pit stop time, so Noddy Tompkins actually 11.95 and Alex Schmidt with a 11.82, whereas everyone else is in the high 14s to 15s for pit stop. So Tony Roffey there, Nigel Sedell at 12.40 as well. So there could be maybe some that possibly didn't take left side tyres or something like that.
Yeah, I also think this track isn't as demanding on tyres as well. We threw quite a lot of sets at this one. Try to make it more so about the fuel and the ability for these guys to really race hard and not watch that tyre set. And we're certainly seeing that here tonight, especially at the front of the swapping of the positions, the top 3, even I dare say top 5. So it's good to see. Dave Douglas really capitalised on those stops too. He's up 10 positions, as is Adam Malone. So those guys probably... did they stay out or did they pit? Sure. I think they would have pitted.
Would have had. Sorry, Dave Douglas.
Yeah, and Adam Malone, yeah. They're both up 10. Noddy Tompkins and Kobe Jordan also up 11.
I'm just trying to find. So Dave up in 5th there and Adam in 3rd. So they had some pretty good pit stops there. So 14.95 each in pit lane.
Beautiful. Adam would be very happy with that. Dave too, mind you. And they're 2 key guys to watch as well. Remembering Adam Malone's coming off a win on Sunday night, and Dave Douglas, naturally the reigning champion of this series. Lights out on the pace car now, so first caution is done and sorted. Safety zone. We can see it painted on the wall there, on the blue, also on the left on the inside. So the It's going to go at Trent Gosley's leisure, and there we go. So he would have given the call with Daniel Stevens sitting behind him when he was going to go as well. So Daniel Stevens, don't be surprised if he's going to tag on there on the inside. But Matty Payton, he was well aware of what was happening, and what a great start. Seriously, a great start to be that. And looks like it's going to have pace, and as they come out of the sort of territory, this is where trucks go by these static cams. How amazing is it here at Michigan that these guys can jump in the sim all around the country, all around the world in iRacing, and just go hard at it for cash in these NASCAR trucks.
Looks like that Highline's working quite nicely there as well. Adam Ryan managing to capitalise and hold on to that third round the outside there and start to put a little bit of a gap there on Daniel Stevens.
Yeah, and absolutely. And seeing how much of a wide turn in Matty Patton had in that entry to the corner, and look at the speed he's got down the back straight, poking out there in the draft as well. So he's going to try and utilise that inside line. He does have Adam Malone on the inside. And looks like Trent goes a little bit high, gets out the way. Adam Malone now, side by side. Adam's just going to make it in front. So there we go. Matty Patton comes across, leads another lap. Lap 24. Quarter of the way through the race. So these guys are all juiced up. They've got a full tank of gas. The pit around, really I'd say the estimate around the 60, 65 lap mark. We'll see what happens. Remember, the two, these guys are running in their tank, but so far so good. Gaggle of trucks coming down this back straight. They're all running with each other in big pack. Dave Douglas, defending champion #1 from Rocky in Queensland. I tell you what, he gave a hit list update in Skypoynt from earlier, and sights firmly on the championship leader at the moment, Tom Pritchard. So certainly great to see the hit list active, and lots of drivers 3 wide now.
It looks like Adam Malone there going for the first spot there. So he's just taking that away from Matt. And Matt's all over the back there of Adam, looking to capitalise, take that lead away from him again coming into turn 3.
Absolutely. So Southern Stars, Adam Malone, the number 3 green machine there, certainly looked like he was advantaged out of the exit of 2, but Matty Patton does have the pace out of 2 in the 3 and 4 to lead another lap. Lap 26 of 100, and it's looking quite racy up the front here, 2 by 2 by 2. So who do we have in the mix? We've got Adam Malone, Matt Payton, Dave Douglas, and Tay Mello now. He's up 6 positions, sitting in the P5 position back there, and he is on watching brief as well as they all make it 3 wide down the back straight. There's contact. Looks like a truck in the fence. Look into the fence there for Dwayne Priest. Unfortunate for Dwayne there. One of the Simboy machines there, unfortunately, it looks like he's got a bit of damage. He's scrubbing off speed there. Might be looking to hit into the pit road. A little bit unfortunate side-by-side contact down the back straight there, and that will certainly be looked at. These drivers can also protest each other post-race as well. So they got 15 minutes after the flag drops to get it done. Matty Patton. Absolutely, we can look at a Skypoynt replay of that incident there. Previous lap ago, Paul working his magic with the buttons. Maxi Marshall as we creep a little bit forward. Glenn Klein here. I'm just looking for a little bit of side-by-side contact. Yeah, it's almost, I don't know, it's hard to say, it almost looked kind of side-by-side. Dwayne, unfortunately, 7 machine comes off second best there. Looks like no caution though, only one so far. And it looks like there's contact there. Yes, with second caution of the night, we do have a big incident here. Now, the drivers toppled down the time charts. Tay Mello, he was running strong up in the P5 position. There, a victim on the inside of the wall. Truck destroyed. Second caution of the night. And Matty Payton has certainly shown the way so far in pace. and a dominant performance up the front from Pinnacle so far, and certainly battling it out with the middle finger guys there. Stevie Dub, he's not too far away in the 98 machine. He made it through. And Maxi Marshall also in the P5 position. But second caution of the night, we'll dig up a replay and just get the pace car now up the leader. Skypoynt replay here coming out the exit, I believe, of 2. Looks like contact between Daniel Stevens and Che Mello there. Lots of trucks trying to take avoiding action. Very good driving from these drivers to get out of the way of the stricken vehicle. All things considered, the amount of trucks filing down that back straight, I think they kind of got away with that one.
That front impact there is not going to do any favours to Jay Mello there either. Looks like Todd Maxwell might have just clipped him on the way through as well a little bit. So be interesting to see if how much damage Todd's got on the front of his car.
We'll certainly have to bring him up and maybe bring up a driver as well. Maybe we can bring up Aiden during this caution period and see how he was going. Give him a bit of time to cool. He is pretty cool, so he'd be a good guy to get up here. If I can grab
it. Well, looks like a couple of drivers opting to stay out this time without pitting. So Kobe Jordan's going to be taking over the lead of this race. He's up 21 spots there. And Glenn Klein up into second. Luke Kenny in third there, up 27 spots. So Luke's the biggest mover of the race so far.
Yeah, and a few of them opting to stay out. And Matty Patton also in. We brought him up into the broadcast booth. Seven stars, mate. A little bit disappointing start to this one, mate. Tell us about how it's gone so far.
How it's going, it's how it's not going to go, but no, it was interesting. Started off promising. That's what happens, and the race is over, but I thought I'd jump in because I knew that you were up here with Paul tonight, and I'd jump in, and I knew you were always begging back to hear this awful voice on the broadcast, so I thought I'd jump up.
It was. I couldn't wait. I've packed all these boxes in this house all week, and all I could think of was that. And I don't know. There's something nostalgic about getting the band back together, don't you think? The old years of Winter Sim, Paul, Aiden. It's nostalgia.
Coming into the round being P3 in the championship, I hoping to have a solid result. I can't say I'm not disappointed. NASCAR race.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of it. I mean, my rig's just sitting in the corner looking all dusty at the moment. So,
but did you see how I just deflected from the Paul comment? So,
no, it was great. It was classy. I mean, just
hang on. I was too busy concentrating on turning your volume up there. You're a bit quiet, so I didn't actually catch that. So I'll let you off.
Oh yeah, righto. No worries.
Well, we just thought, as a punishment, maybe you could just call the start of this one as the safety car lights are out and the pace cars are here.
Well, I'm not going to be able to call that one because I do not have the live timing or anything at the moment. So you'll have to do that, Andy, and I'll catch up in a second.
So that's a big no to me, and I'll take the reins and send you the link for the live timing. As the safety car does peel off, hey, this is live broadcasting. This is how it rolls. This is how it happens. So there we go. So let's see. I do have live timing. So Kobe Jordan leading the way. Glenn Klein again on the second row on that outside, much similar to the start.
I'm not sure what happened for Glenn Klein. He might have missed that, and Chris Tomlin just drove right around the outside of him there. So not sure if he missed the gas pedal on that one.
Well, we'll have to certainly see that with the review coming up as we go on board. No, we don't. We're looking nose down the back straight here, and look at these trucks coming up at this back straight. 30 of these trucks. But hopefully they do stay in the server, because they will if they are classified as running the But tell you what a great restart so far. And all of these guys are fairly condensed now. Everyone's trying to sort themselves out. Lap 34 of 100. Kobe Jordan leading the way. Glenn Klein back in the second. He came in and topped off on fuel, I did notice. So he came in fairly quickly, got some fuel and got out. So he hasn't really suffered in terms of track position with that so far. But quite probably a smart play there as he's sitting in a prime position in behind Kobe Jordan there, who's up 21 positions there, Paul.
Yeah, and I'm going to try this again, Andy. So hopefully this doesn't put the mockers on him. But I'm going to jump on with the driver cam again. So we'll jump on with Luke Kenny there. And see how he's doing. Oh no, we're going to
Looks like Matty Patton spinning off on the infield there, so hopefully he does not make contact with anything. Certainly go have a look at the replay.
I didn't put the mockers in Luke Kenny, he made it through, so we're good there. It was just the timing again, see? We're going to do it and caution.
Yeah, you probably find a lot of these drivers who just please don't talk or reference me during this race. That would be absolutely great.
Is that what you did when I wrecked Andy? Is that what happened?
You'll have to go back on that one.
Yeah, 100%. There it is. Under the bus it goes.
Mate, but the execution...
It all works too well in the IndySim booth that we just put the mockers on everyone and it happens.
That's the love of it, isn't it? But this live timing would be really, really good.
Sorry, I was kind of distracted by a 12 truck crash.
Yeah, I know.
All right, hang on, I'll shoot it, Grub.
Well, it's got the replay there of Matt Padden, so it's pretty close there. Kobe Jordan and Matt Padden, they're bumper to bumper there, and
unfortunate for Matt too there. Unfortunate there for Matt because he had a really strong start tonight. He was really quick.
Yeah, he was definitely showing a lot of pace tonight, and unfortunate again. We got caught up in an incident last week, and that sort of put him out of the race. And he's having a great run tonight, and unfortunately.
I reckon he had probably the best pace so far, at least in the first quarter of the race. Very dominant off the start. A little bit of games happening there, a little bit of psych outs into the pit road, but earlier on he was battling up there with Jai Schultz and a couple of the other guys up the front there, and certainly are showing good pace. So that's extremely disappointing to see that fall that way for Matt, because that was,
Yeah, not sure. Let's not comment on that. But if we go back about the Matt incident, let's hope that is not too bad for Matt, because he actually had a really good first round, I think, last season as well, Andy, and he's shown a lot of pace in the open trucks. So unfortunate for him for there, but not sure what that incident was there under caution. We might just keep going on while that happens and see how that plays out.
Very interesting there. I thought that might have not been back live. Maybe it's still part of the replay, but we'll leave that one alone, I think.
Well, Andy, I've got to say to you, mate, as the pace car rolls around, it's still the lights on of the pace car. You said we got the band back together with myself and Paul and I, as you say it. Mate, first time I've commentated with you too, mate. So there you go.
Yeah, sorry. No, I just had a net drop out then.
Righto. There we go.
Well,
Sign of endearment from Andrew J. Barber.
You're right.
As Lizzo says, it's about damn time.
That's right. No, Discord.
As we see Kobe Jordan now coming into pit lane as well. So, yeah, something happened through that caution there for Kobe. So, anyway, we keep going on. The lights are off the pace car as we come across the start-finish line. This time across, Andy, please copy if you've got a copy on me, but you're back. Luke Kenny is going to be off the pole this time with Steve Williams on the outside of that front row. On the inside of the second row is none other than Dave Douglas and Adam Malone on the outside. It'll be a Dyson Dillon third row, Marshall Spencer fourth row, Richard Holdsworth rounds out your 10 Andy as they go through turn number 2, ready to go. Green flag racing once again tonight.
Yeah, usual suspects up the top there as well. Adam Malone, Dave Douglas, Andrew Dyson, those names to watch out for. Aaron Dillon started off the back. He's up 27 positions in the 6th place as well, so watch out for him. He will be speedy. But as you said, lots of people in that top 10 there that could certainly be formidable here. But 4th caution of the night, Luke Kenny leading off Stephen Williams, Stevie Dub, DPR on the outside. He's up 7 positions as well. And you've raced around him a lot, Aidan, so you would know he is very smooth around themselves.
So he is. He's a very, very smart driver. So Stevie Dub, he'll be smart here. Luke Kenny off the pole. He'll be loving being off the pole this time. We'll see what happens when we go green. Adam Malone, Luke Kenny's gone really early, or has he jumped too early there? He's just slowed up. Is that going to give him a penalty? We'll see. That's going to check up the field. We go again, ready to go. We're going to go into the restart zone. We're in the restart zone and he's gone. So Luke Kenny's gone early, and that's allowed Dave Douglas to get the run up the inside of Steve Williams as well. Adam Malone on the outside. He's got Andrew Dyson in behind him as well. So Luke Kenny's going to lead the field into turn 1 and 2 off the restart, lap 38 of 100. But Dave Douglas is getting a run here onto the back straight this time around then.
Yeah, absolutely, and he does have company as well, and very good company at that, as they all file in down the back straight. Aaron Dillon now, he's up 30 positions into 3rd position now, so he's really getting towards the front here for potentially that bonus lap. But at the moment, Dave Douglas now, the reigning champion, the number 1, leading the way, and it looks like Luke Kenny now is buttoning off and coming into the pit road. But
it's a black flag by the looks of it there, Andy, but we'll keep at the front. You keep going, mate.
That could be due to the start zone as well. I believe some of the guys that in previous races gone by, as we look at Adam Malone looking low here out of 2. In races gone by, Aidan, where sometimes you can jump it and actually get a black flag in that enable zone.
Yeah, it's when you're coming into the restart zone, you've got to hold a constant pace even before you get into the Geico restart zone. So you could see Luke there. He tried to preempt it and thought he could go on him, and obviously in the restart zone he got a black flag. He'll have to serve that, unfortunately, but he'll be back out. We'll see what happens to him. But at the moment, Dave Douglas does take the lead of the motor race over Aaron Dillon. Aaron, as you did mention, up 31 spots. Good start, Aaron. Well, we're 40 into 100 now, so we're well over a third into the race. Aaron Dillon not one to step backwards to go forwards, if you know what I mean. But Adam Malone third as well. Greg Spencer in the wall in the background as well, Andy. So we don't know where to look. There's action aplenty at the moment, lap 40 into 100.
Well, it's always been the case with these cars, especially the amount of them at the start of the race that were going down the back straight and racing so close. I'm kind of thinking that the high line is the most favourable one here. I guess you'd probably have a better idea with pre-quali and the race. It kind of looks like that mid to high is where it's at to really get that run there. We can see Dave Douglas now. He's really utilising a good line, really wide entry and getting it right up to that wall down the back straight. So, I mean, if Aaron Dillon gets in here and plays it smart and does lead a lap in the draft of Douglas, technically he's gone from last to first.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a balance at the moment. Dave Douglas is just trying to hold off Aaron Dillon at the moment. Aaron will be sitting in behind him. You'll see Dave through 1 and 2 here, who just take the inside of his front wheels, will go inside the bottom seam. You don't want to go too far. Well, it will come down just right to it, as you see there, just inside the bottom seam. Don't go too far. So what I found as the race went on, even though it was only early doors and I was there, the right-hand rear is a real issue as well. So don't be afraid to drive it in and try and modulate that throttle. So you'll see Dave Douglas here. Aaron Dillon just tries to go a little bit earlier in just to try and stop that aero wash in the car. And as they come out, you see Aaron push right up to the wall and Adam right in there as well. But you also see that's Steve Williams trying to still stay down on that inside line. So Stevie Williams not going to be consistent on that inside line by himself. It's going okay at the moment. There's an incident in the background by the looks of it as we go caution, Andy.
Yeah, we'll take a
Yeah,
Captain
no
Morgan
worries.
and Diet
Fifth
Coke.
caution of the night here at Michigan. Looks like a couple of cars involved in turns 1 and 2. It looks like Brent Gosley in the number 4 middle finger machine there. He was very strong at the start of the race as well. As we look at the Skypoynt replay, back and have a little bit of a look, see how this unfolded. Already looks like trouble going into turn 1 there between a couple of cars, and unfortunately, one of the other trucks not knowing where to go. The other one getting clipped along the back wall as well, and a middle split car also very heavy. Innocent Tony Roffey there. I think he just had nowhere to go. So
Christopher Finlay, I think, are part of that as well. I believe that looks like Christopher Finlay.
Yeah, Finlay and Gosley there, and Tony Roffey.
Anyway, Andy, we're caution once again, mate. Who's going to get this one? Dave Douglas leading the way over Aaron Dillon, Adam Malone, Holdsworth, Williams, Tompkins. Noddy Tompkins up into 6th place as well as we're on the caution.
Yeah, he's 15 positions up, and he does have Andrew Dyson in behind him as well. Would you come in and top up yet again for fuel? You'd probably come in and cover it off, you'd think, wouldn't you? What's Dave's mentality here, and what's Aaron's? I mean, is Aaron going to stay out and get that bonus point, or is he going to pit in with Dave?
Mate, track position's key at the moment. Keep with the leader. Track position's key. Just do that. We're 44 into 100. Keep your track position. The way the race has happened so far, you want to sort of be up there and be managing your own race. So you're really the master of your own destiny at the moment, 44 into 100. Get your pit stop right now. Get out there. Go green again, manage the truck, and see how you end up at the end. So if the boys can get their stops done right, as we see them all come in now, Noddy, it looks like, has gone a little bit too far, but yeah, if they can get out now, as it looks like Dave Douglas, your reigning champion's done that exactly right now, and he's going to come out. So pretty essential pit stop there, Andy. I'm probably digressing a little bit, but it definitely is under caution because we're about to go halfway race distance.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dave Douglas serviced in there very sharp, very neat, very clean, very calculated and executed as usual. But Gary Bellman,
6 seconds.
number 5, 45 entry there. And we're just hearing over the comms from Paul there. 6-second pit stop I'm hearing, so.
Yeah, and 6-second pit stop, we can see that there as well. But Gary Wellman didn't come through pit lane. So he was last through pit lane on lap 35. So we've just gone caution. Lap 44, everyone from Dave Douglas down from second place, Holdsworth, Dyson, Tompkins, Dylan, Curtis, Malone, Tomlin, Williams, and the list goes on. The whole field, 44, so they came through pit lane. So Wellman obviously trying to get a lap back here, I'd strongly suggest. But he, at the moment, is going to bring the field back to green.
Well,
or he'll probably get a wave around here, maybe, even.
Looking at the timings here, well, I'd say Gary's in first, so he'll bring it to green. But with those pit lane times, I reckon there's a couple of cars that are a little bit further back that have possibly taken tyres, so they're going to be very quick coming through this Speedway.
Yeah, 100%. Andy, who's your play? We got Dave Douglas, obviously your reigning champion. He's going to be quick. Jason Holdsworth, he's due for a good one, to be honest. Aaron Dillon as well as being quick. Dyson, Noddy Tompkins, good one tonight. Adam Malone, Riley Curtis. Who's your pick? We're only 46 into 100. We're about to go green. I'll let you call them, mate. But how you feeling going into this one? 46 of 100. Here we go.
Oh, mate, with all those names you rattled off, I mean, how could you pick one? There's so many guys here that can win the cash as well, so that's what makes this series so good. And you said it best, the lights are out on the caution car on the circuit at the moment. So the 5th caution of the night, Gary Wellman leading the way, 13 positions up from Dave Douglas. And like Aidan said, Jason Holdsworth, Andrew Dyson, Aaron Dillon, Noddy Tompkins, Adam Malone, Riley Curtis, Stevie Dubb, Chop, all these guys, even Darren McKenzie, in P11, any of these guys can win this race. This is NASCAR, and this is why we do it, because we love it. And I tell you what, we're going to see some excellent driving, especially from the capable capabilities of the names in the top 10 here.
Yeah, and if I called it a caution car, that was terrible on my part. But we're about to go green, Andy. Let's go green, and it will be Gary Wellman bringing us to the green this time around. Green.
He'll be deciding to go in the enable zone. There he goes. So he's nailed it now. So he's getting out of there, and it does have Jason Holdsworth. Now he's opted to go with Dave Douglas, so he shoots up high. High line mid is favouring the speed around here, and certainly pretty clean start from all these boys, and he's getting out the way. And Dave Douglas will certainly have a run with Holdsworth in behind down this back straight, and Noddy Tompkins, don't count him out either, because he's sitting in behind there as well, and he's looking to score some points.
Dyson's looking to follow them along as well, and he's got Riley Curtis a part of this as well on the bottom line. So that top line trying to work together at the moment, led by Dave Douglas. We'll see how that goes with Dyson. That top line's definitely trying to work together and try and get around the outside at the moment. So we'll see where we go. Noddy Tompkins, as you said, doing a good job. He's now up 17th. He's that yellow and red car in the 119 on the outside. He's going to make a run down the back straight now and trying to make a move on Gary Wellman into 3 and 4 around the outside. He's going to have Dyson in behind him trying to help him as well, up in behind Jason Holdsworth. So Noddy Tompkins, good start to this race, but Gary Wellman not willing to give it to him just yet as he clears him through 3 and 4 just a little bit. But the more these guys fight, it's going to allow Dave Douglas and Jason Holdsworth just to roll off into the distance, Andy. So this is an interesting little battle right here.
Absolutely, and if I think we cast our minds back for Jason Holdsworth, he was open straight. So all of these guys know how to win, especially the two at the front, and make no mistake, they'll be working hard together. But Gary Wellman certainly sticking with that inside line. We saw Stevie Dubb earlier in the race try and force it down there, and he was unfortunately punching the hole in the air himself down there. Tompkins, you mentioned it earlier, Aidan, he's done a great job tonight. He really has, up in that third position, get pretty racy. Aaron Dillon in behind as well, so he's got the teammate of Gary Wellman on the inside there. So let's see what happens here with teammates. We know the Sim boys, they race each other. They pretty much don't give a shit about
I was just about to mention that, because I was watching Dillo. He's coming up in behind Gary, and I'm thinking he's going to push him up past Noddy, and he goes, nah, I'm going around the outside of you. And look at him now, he's going to the front. He's going up the inside of Jason Holdsworth, and Aaron Dillon making a push for the lead of this motor race, and he's going to get it done off 3 and 4 as we go across the start-finish line to take halfway of this motor race, going into lap 51. Dave Douglas just takes it off him, but I tell you what, Aaron Dillon, a push to the front, he doesn't want to be at the back there, and he's making his name known right here.
Aaron Dillon and both Adam Malone there as well. They took tyres in that pit stop, where a few of the others at the front here didn't take tyres.
This is awesome racing. Check this out. Aaron Dillon now flying. He is absolutely flying. He's now done it. So lap 51 of 100, halfway through the race. Finally got it done. He's finally got it done, and gets that bonus point. But tell you what, these guys. Right, Adam Malone now having a sniff.
Adam Malone, I think he's thinking, I sat behind you for a couple of laps, Aaron Dillon. Slingshot engaged. I'm out, and I'm going again. So here we go. Adam Malone trying to take the lead of the motor race, but Aaron Dillon's going to hold it on the outside. We'll see how they end up down into turn number 3 and 4. Dave Douglas still holding tight there on the outside line as well. So he's doing a great job there. We'll see pretty wide in the back as well. Jai Schultz trying to get amongst it, but he's not quite able to. Adam Malone not quite able to pass him there. So Andy, I'm getting a little excited. I always get excited. 53 in the 100. I wish I was driving this, but God,
excited. These guys are flying at the front, just throwing it in there, just getting, and they've done it time and time again. They're so good at it, and spectacular lights. They fly past out of turn 2 yet again to mark off at lap 53 down the backstretch here. And Adam Malone, Southern Stars, he's not making it easy for Aaron Dillon. He wants it as well, but I think Aaron Dillon on that high line has really gypped him at the line. So just keep an eye on this. Watch this run on the outside from Aaron Dillon. So Adam Malone's actually in front here, right? They get to the line, and Aaron Dillon. I think it was pretty close. I think Adam Malone might have got him that time, but look who's in behind the 27.
Just keep an eye on this, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep an eye on this. The 27 up in behind the number 3.
Is this the better Schultz or the lesser one?
It's definitely the better, but yeah, just hope it's not Adam Malone's birthday because it could end up bad for Adam. But we'll see. But look out, Jai will actually work with Adam 100% wherever he can. But in saying this, it looks like it's gloves off. Everyone is like going out, just going, nah, wherever I can get a run, I'm going, boys. So you follow me, otherwise you're getting dropped. And that's what it looks like at the moment. Adam Malone leading the way again. And Aaron Dillon trying to get the run on the inside. He's going to get the job done through 1 and 2 by the looks. Will Adam Malone get the run off 2? Not quite, but Aaron Dillon just keeps down low just in case, and now the draft's going to be on the outside line. But Andy, I tell you what, it's a little bit of seesaw juggernaut at the moment here as we go 3 wide through 3 and 4.
Whoever's watching it. They're doing a great job, and good job hanging shit on Adam too. A birthday present in a trucks race as well, so good to get one back, and what better to do it on live.
Might have been 4 months ago, mate, but I'll never forget Adam. Yeah, so go Adam. As he's on in second place, he gets a good run actually up the inside of Aaron Dillon here into turns number 3 and 4. It's the first time we've seen Adam for the first time in a couple of laps, actually, probably 10, 12, 14 laps, get a good run up the inside. He hasn't been able to clear it. Will he be able to this time? It looks like he will. So he's going to drift up into the outside. Jai Schultz now down on the inside of Aaron Dillon. Jason Holdsworth still just sitting back there in the 4th position, and Andrew Dyson following on point as well. Don't write off those guys. They're just watching this battle at the front at the moment, just measuring them all up and seeing what they're doing. You can see that now, Jason Holdsworth. He's tried to put the pedal down. He's bridged that gap up to the 1st, 2nd and 3rd position to pretty much be in what you can see on the screen now. We don't need to commentate the time. And Holdsworth coming on the back of Schultz. So good racing here. Andy 57 into 100, and it's Adam Malone over Dillon and Schultz.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of settled down that last lap from the side-by-side action, but Aaron Dillon certainly looking to make another move. We a little bit further down the mid-pack here. Leave Henry Fenson down here at the moment. He's doing quite well as well, I think, just inside the top 10 in 10th. He's up 17 positions, so great job so far by Henry Fenson as well. I think he was also throwing some mud in the hit list channel earlier as well, which was great to see, and so great to see him getting stuck into the Skypoynt Truck Series as well. So great to see him out as he makes the move down the inside there of, I believe, Riley Curtis, and on the back of Tommy Pritchard there. Tommy Pritchard, but it's just sitting running his own race at the moment, the current championship leader. So looks like he's straight car so far. So looks like he managed to avoid the previous incident. So it's really these races as well as survival, isn't it, Aidan?
Yeah, 100%. But these guys at the moment, where they're racing at the moment with Riley Curtis and Henry Fenson, Riley just decided to back out of that one because Henry was racing really hard on the outside there. But now Riley's falling into the clutches of Gary Wellman there in the background as well. Greg Spencer right in behind. He's going to want to capitalise this as well. So these guys are not out of the race, falling just in the 10, just outside the 10, just inside the 10. So don't write off these guys, but back to the front. Jai Schultz is now side by side with Jason Holdsworth. So Jason's starting to get that run. We've got lap traffic up the front as well as Aaron Dillon is trying to capitalise on this. He's actually got the biggest lead at the moment. We've seen the motor race, 60 out of 100. It's not that much, but Jai Schultz is now adverted to the top line. So he's trying to get the run around the outside of Adam Malone. He's going to need a bit of help around the outside to get the job done. Didn't look like Jason Holdsworth was willing to do that there. They're coming to the outside there now with Andrew Dyson. So Adam Malone just drops up into that outside line, but now Holdsworth down to the inside. So Andy, I feel like I'm talking too much. 61 to 100. Holdsworth looks like he's coming, mate. He's been quick all night. Looks like he's moving forward in the field. And I think it won't be too long as we see him make a couple of moves forward.
Yeah, and he's driving a pretty smooth race at the moment, driving to probably a number and, pit number. But he does have Andrew Dyson on the outside there as well. And, boy, he's kind enough to jump on the broadcast tonight and provide us some insight of the racing NASCAR trucks around here at Michigan. Remember, race 5, chasing the cash here. So $30 cash for the race winner. Every race, 16 rounds, $30 cash for the race winner up for grabs. Second, $20 for second, I believe, and $10 for the lucky dog. So these guys are not only playing for the championship points, they're also racing for the cash pad. This is a paid in the series, the open trucks with no fast repairs, and it's quite brutal at times, but you certainly do see a lot of the guys at the moment now to go on board with Andrew Dyson. Let's just take a couple of minutes to really take in and absorb this, because what a great setup he does have there as well, Aiden.
Yeah, definitely does. Why are you not saying anything, Paul?
Are you a little bit about coming here to the Hot Toddies heating installed driver cam, and we have a caution, so...
Oh, righto. Well, I better not have that then, because I don't want to be the one to bring out the caution. But no, definitely a good setup there by Dyso. Great setup. So, yeah, he's doing a good job too up there in second place. So he's chasing down Aaron Dillon, but he does have Adam Malone right in behind him as well. But it's good to be able to have the drivers to be able to get themselves up on the driver cam. I was on the driver cam tonight, and I deliberately don't put my face on there. There's a reason for that. But I was on the driver cam tonight, albeit about laps. Anyway, we'll see Dyson is slowly moving up to the back of Aaron Dillon at the moment. So don't be surprised if Dyso tries to make a move here for the lead of the motor race. So we'll see what happens here. But Andy, everything looking good. Aaron Dillon, Andrew Dyson, Malone, Holdsworth, Douglas is 5. We're going to have to go through pit lane again. Who's your pick?
I would say Aaron Dillon is going a lot of luck in terms of as well. So I guess the thing is getting out and get back to the pack. So there hasn't really been too many breakaways in terms of somebody breaking the lead and Dillon getting a margin and such. But yeah, especially because the Andrews are providing those pictures and it's great to do it in real life. Hot Toddies heating and install right now. Danny Catania getting behind the wheel at Skypoynt leads. And number 2, Cleveland's got the racing as well. We're going to keep up either Tom or myself, and we can certainly broadcast the event and get the word out there as we look at Aaron Dillon. So he's done quite a good job so far. He's done quite a few laps here up the front, probably 10 to 12, I dare say. But Andrew Dyson now starting to creep up on the back of him in the second position, up 16 spots, as is Tom Pritchard. So the Skypoynt title sponsor of this series, Skypoynt leagues there in Sydney. And he's doing a great job there. He's moved up 23 positions into P6 for Class 6.
Yeah, he's doing a good job there in P6. Joe Schultz just dropping a little bit back now into the 7th position. Noddy Tompkins just up the road in front of Tom Pritchard as well. So Tom showing a little bit of speed here through this period of the race. Jason Holdsworth, you can see him there in 4th. I thought he was moving forward. He's sort of just stopped now and just stopped there in 4th. Adam Malone's just got the wood on him. Dyson still chasing down Dillon. Noddy Tompkins here. Tom Pritchard looking really, really good on that high line, trying to get the run off there. So Tom Pritchard looking really, really good on this run, 67 into 100. So we'll just watch Tom's progress as the race goes on. We can obviously look at other battles as they go on. Gary Wellman, I can see in the background there, making a move his back down, trying to get some laps back as well. But Tom Pritchard really trying to get the job done on the outside of Tompkins there, as we've got a lap car, I believe, going down the inside as well. So this is very, very risky. is Pritchard going to be able to get that done on the outside? It looks like he will, but Andy, I don't know. So we've got a lap car running through as well. 68 of 100. They're going to have to manage this part of the race really, really well.
Well, I'm fairly sure. I think Wellman was lucky dog, so he was certainly. Yeah. So he's back in the lead lap now. So now Darren McKenzie, I believe. Ronnie Tompkins, so impressed with his drive tonight. He's done a great job so far. You've got to give it to him, up 15 positions in the top 6. The 119 machine there, sitting in there, driving quite a smart race. And he's new to the series this season, and he's doing quite well, sitting in behind Tom Pritchard as well. So probably a good guy. He does have Holdsworth in front of him. So probably 2 guys that if I was in the cockpit of the car that I'm running with at this stage of the race. We're 70 into 100 so far, 5 cautions done out the way, and Gary Wellman certainly persistent on that inside line. Looks like Andrew Dyson now dropping down, taking the lead off Aaron Dillon. So there you go, Andrew Dyson. I don't think he's led a lap so far this race, but now he's starting to lead, and now he's going to try and get that bonus lap, and he will probably likely get that done and in the bank as well. So great drive so far. Aaron Dillon trying to force it up the inside, nothing doing there. So sitting in behind, and Aaron Dyson now, try and capitalise and get that bonus point, which he does kick off right.
Yeah, and if I just go back, Andy, great job there by Daiso, but if I just go back, you were mentioning Noddy Tompkins. It's no surprise to see him up there in the 6th position at the moment as well, because he comes from SRM Motorsport, and I believe Matty Raymond, the team owner, got his first Cup win in NASCAR the other night, and they're all apart NASCAR, all apart your league, all apart the Skypoynt league, everything, and Noddy's been progressively going well, and that team has, so it's no surprise to see him going so well tonight in 6th spot. Let's hope he can consolidate that. But we're seeing some pit stops now. Aaron Dillon, Adam Malone and Greg Spencer in pit lane.
There you go, Matt. Maybe Aaron Dillon was running a light lead for those few laps. He did have that David and Goliath battle there with Adam Malone with laps on end too, so that certainly does come into play in terms of fuel usage and whatnot, but great to see those guys getting in and done. So they'll be in and hopefully pitted to the checkered flag, I should say. Remembering too though, there are 3 green light checkers at play as well. Obviously these races end under green as we see the leader now. Andrew Dyson and Holdsworth and Pritchard and Tompkins and Williams all come in the road.
Yeah, they all blink down into pit lane, so this is the last pit stop if we go green to the end. So Wellman's still staying out as he's on strategy, obviously trying to get that lap completely back. But we're seeing now Dillon coming out of pit lane, Dave Douglas staying out as well. So I believe he is. He might have had an issue, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll just keep on board with Dave Douglas at the moment, Andy. So we're just trying to get the live timing. How crazy can it be when the live timing's going nuts at the moment?
Especially with all the trucks doing the pit stops too.
Yeah, Holdsworth's out now. So here we go. Holdsworth's out. This is the cycle now. So Holdsworth's had a brilliant stop through pit lane. It's actually identical to Gary Wellman, 14.82 each. So all those top guys are actually right up there. Aaron Dillon with a good pit stop as well. So Gary Wellman though leading it is a little bit off strategy with Holdsworth in 2nd.
Well, he may be a little bit out of sync with the rest of the field at the moment, I believe, but he did just get a bonus point leading the way. Gary Wellman, the 45 Simboys machine, the green machine, up 13 positions there. So we're going to focus here on Jason Holdsworth at the moment. As you mentioned, Aiden, great pit stop in that row. Dave Douglas also sitting in behind there as well. So surprise, surprise, a great pit stop by them. Dave's going to go on the outside. Gary Wellman just comes up a little bit high. Now Dave goes the inside of turns 3 and 4 down here. So he'll zip on by Wellman on the inside there. Aaron Dillon is also running with Dave Douglas as well. So this is shaping up to be a good one. 74. We're coming into the 3/4 of the mark of the race so far. 5 courses out of the way. And these guys are doing a lot of green flag running now. So Aaron Dillon now starting to get quite racy on the back of the reigning champion, Dave Douglas, the big golden number 1 on the side. Quite a few guys try to rub off the door this season to no avail, but he's certainly showing some great pace as usual, and he is one of the men to come. And Aaron Dillon gets that job done around the outside.
Yeah, Dave Douglas definitely the race. Aaron Dillon has got that job done, as it looks like Adam Malone and Gary Wellman now going side by side down the main straight this time through. So Adam Malone trying to make the move on Gary Wellman. And it looks like Aaron Dillon now, he's made the move for the lead on Jason Holdsworth. So Aaron Dillon, he's put the loud pedal down and he said, Jason, you got to chase me, mate. I'm going and I'm going fast. So you put your pedal down. So 25 laps to go. Aaron Dillon, he's up 32 positions after starting 33rd. I'll tell you what, he's got some pace here. He's shown it all night. Does he have enough with 25 to go? Jason Holdsworth's going to have something to say about it. I'll tell you what, your reigning champion, Dave Douglas will have something to say about it. Adam Malone, he's been there or thereabouts all night. Look at him up there in 4th spot as well. Gary Wellman, Jai Schultz, Pritchard, Tompkins, Dyson, don't write off Dyson, Benson, Williams. Do the names keep going on? We keep watching them go down the down the back straight there.
Yeah, because I'm just like, that guy can win, that guy can win, that guy. All of
I
them.
couldn't have gone through the whole field, and I just felt like I did. But 24 to go, and Aaron Dillon's still leading the way. But Andy, take us away. Aaron Dillon doing a great job.
He's really doing a great job, and I'm seeing a trend here as well. He started last, now he's led the race. He led the race at the 50-lap mark. Now he's led the race at the 75-lap mark. So let's see if he can lead it in another 25 laps where it really counts at the end. But so far, he has kind of a little bit of unanswered pace there. He's kind of stretched out a gap. I saw him do that earlier in the race too, to out to 0.4, I believe it was, at the greatest margin. He's currently got 0.2 over Jason at the moment. Just remember, he does have Holdsworth, Douglas, Malone, Tompkins, Pritchard, Schultz, Dyson, Wellman, and Fenson in behind as well. So this is not done by any stretch of the imagination, and probably won't be done by the time we do get the white flag either.
No, 100%. As we just saw just a lap prior, as we were on board where you were just commentating, Jai Schultz tried to get the job done around the outside of Tom Pritchard. Couldn't get that done. He tried to chop down, left him vulnerable, and now you can see Andrew Dyson trying to get the job done up the inside of Jai Schultz. So that's as quick as it can happen. If you've got to get the pass done, you've got to be committed. No, get the pass done. Get out of that draft, you are gone. But you'll see that now as Jai Schultz is going to run around the outside and catch this draft again. Andrew Dyson will really struggle to get the job done there on exit, and you can see that right now. And he'll tuck right in behind Jai Schultz. So that is how hard it is here around Michigan and how hard these guys are driving. You need to be right in there, as Noddy Tompkins making a run right up the inside there of Dave Douglas, trying to take 2 for 1 if you don't mind. Is he going to get that off turn number 2? I'm not sure. But Noddy Tompkins having a great run there up the inside, brother, and he's going to follow Aaron Dillon. And Aaron Dillon's actually got a big run now, and he's got a car between himself and Noddy Tompkins.
He does. He's now kind of checked out a little bit, but he does have, yeah, but he does have, I believe, Maxfield in the lap car, just sitting in behind the leader there at the moment. So he's kind of out seeing Noddy Tompkins. He's up 19, chasing down Aaron Dillon, but he's got a swag of cars behind him in Holdsworth, Douglas, Malone, and Pritchard all lining up to take a shot. And I tell you what, you could probably fill us in a little bit with the inside line and dipping down there. Sometimes it does seem effective. Sometimes it just seems to, sit the truck up mid to high and really get that run down the back.
Yeah, it's. I can say in a race trim, I can't really comment because I didn't get long enough in. But yeah, I think letting it rotate down onto the bottom does definitely help it. But you just got to be careful with the rear as well, because it can light up depending. But it is open setup, so. As we know here at the Skypoynt Oval Series, is it's open setup. Everyone can wind their own setup into it, so I can say how my truck drove or anyone else, and theirs could be totally different. So that's motorsport, and that's what we're doing. So all the drivers doing a great job managing what they got at the moment. At the moment, Aaron Dillon is the one doing the best at the moment, and Noddy Tompkins doing a great job there in second as well. But Jason Holdsworth now fighting back on him now, trying to make a plunge there under him there for the second position. So Jason Holdsworth coming back at the moment.
Absolutely, but that 0-1-3 of Aaron Dillon is an absolute bullet tonight. It is flying. He's really starting to stretch his legs out a little bit at the moment. And as we do have a little bit out of sync coming into that traffic, so we'll see what does happen, but certainly starting to stretch out the legs for the second, so probably the biggest margin we've seen so far. But Noddy Tompkins, he's just sitting in behind there. Probably good that he does have the draft of Todd Maxfield there. And thanks to Todd, as we look back further into probably the back end of the top 10 here, Dave Douglas, Adam Malone, those guys sitting in there, a little bit status quo, 17 to go. What do you think they're thinking about that?
I'm just looking as Jason Holdsworth's going low at the moment, so I'm not sure what's going on with the number 11 truck at the moment, but he's dropping back he's gone back to 7th, just looking. Yeah, not sure what's going on at the moment there. Josh Schultz going up the inside of Jason Holdsworth, so that's another spot gone. So he's gone back to 8th position. So a little bit of trouble there for the number 11 truck as he just comes back on dry. So no idea there, Andy, but I'm just having a look here, and I'm trying to manage lap times, trying to look at what is going on. Aaron Dillon racing really quick. Dave Douglas there in 3rd. He's down about, he's half a second, as you can see.
Yeah, Aaron
looking
Dillon.
Looking at the pit stop, Noddy Tompkins will be able to get a race win here, I believe.
Yeah, really is sitting in that prime spot at the moment. Aaron Dillon with the best lap of the race so far, which is 39.2. And Noddy Tompkins leads off that, basically 39.27 there. So those guys pretty evenly matched in speed. But yeah, Noddy's certainly in the prime position there at the moment, sitting in second place. And racing these guys at the front. Remembering too, they don't have to stop again for fuel. So this is pretty much a race to the flag. Looking to maybe kick off the most laps led in this one.
Yeah, and Aaron Dillon definitely getting helped by his teammate there in front of him, behind him as well. So, albeit his teammate not being in the fight for the win at the moment, he's entitled to be there. So, Aaron Dillon would be loving all that help at the moment. But Noddy Tompkins will just want to sit in behind there and try and use all of that and drag himself up onto the back. As Adam Malone will be in behind there as well and trying to pounce as well. So Adam's going to try and push him up onto the back of this one, so we'll see what happens there, Andy. But looks like my trading paints is completely stuffing up. There we go, we're back to Adam. That's why I'm confused. My trading paints was completely gone there as Gary Wellman goes into the inside. Sorry boys, my trading paints was completely gone then.
No, that's all right. I was just seeing what was happening with Gary there, but Aaron Dillon, you said it, that he is Todd Maxfield, more than entitled to sit there. Absolutely, 100%. Even I've been known in some races to be virtually on the verge of about Tom leading the race, and I've sat in front of Tom and led the pack for pretty much like 22 laps, even though I was just on basically going to go a lap down. So with the leader in behind me immediately. So those are the kind of situations where you can hope for a caution where you can catch back up, but certainly legal to race there as long as you don't cause incident actually. But folks at the front here, this is quite a battle that's starting to take up between Dave Douglas and Adam Malone here. So these guys are starting to get stuck into it. The car's a little bit more static, a little bit more spread out now, Aidan, with the green flag running in the stops.
Yeah, and this is where it's going to play into the drivers that knew what the truck did earlier on, when they had a longer sort of green flag run before the 3 or 4 cautions. So Adam Malone doing a good job at the moment. He's in 4th position. Looks like his truck's just working a little bit better than Dave Douglas's at the moment as they're trying to come up onto the back of Noddy Tompkins. We do go back to Gary Wellman, Andrew Dyson, Holdsworth, Benson, Pritchard. This is a spicy little battle as we go into turn number 1 and 2. Nearly 3 wide, and Holdsworth on the outside of Dyson. Pritchard trying to follow Holdsworth on the outside as well. Dyson and Williams are part of that as well, I believe it is. So that's why I'm getting confused. So this is a spicy little battle for the minors at the moment, Andy, with 11 laps to go.
Absolutely, and Henry Fenson now going underneath the Lucas Dyson on the outside there. So we'll see what happens. The DPR cars getting together there to work together, Stevie Dubb and Andrew Dyson.
Well, look who's coming on the inside here, Andy. D-Mac, Darren McKenzie down below the white. He's made a big run. He's coming up from laps down, so he's playing a part in the final laps of this one with 10 to go. Even though he's entitled to do it, but he's going to play a part in the finish.
He's been the silent assassin in this one. We haven't really mentioned him all night. 10 laps to go, and he shows up like a thief in the night, and we know what D-Mac does. D-Mac does D-Mac things, so we'll see what happens here as he works the back of, I believe it is on the inside. He's going to get that done.
Yeah.
In front of Aaron Dillon there. He did get that job done there, D-Mac, so
he's working his way back. He's gone back into pit lane, so something happened with Darren there. He was a lap down. We thought he got it back, but with 9 laps to go, Aaron Dillon is leading the way over Noddy Tompkins, Dave Douglas, Adam Malone, Henry Fenson, your top 5 at the moment. So there we go, Aaron Dillon making his way through number 3 and 4. That gap is slowly decreasing now, Andy, between himself and Noddy Tompkins. It's down to now 0.48 of a second. Last lap, Noddy Tompkins is taken rather half of a second out of your race leader, and you can see it now visually on the screen.
you can, and Paul does an amazing job with the gap with Noddy Tompkins, and just grabbed a little bit of speed off there. But yeah, Paul, great work on the cameras, looking rearward off the Aaron Dillon machine back towards Noddy. He dropped a little bit now on that one, so you might have dropped him in the ocean in that one, Aiden. But Dave Douglas now starting to get hungry on the back of Noddy Tompkins now. So the battle for second is starting to heat up, and Aaron Dillon still, if I could put a word on it tonight, dominant performance comes to mind. But Dave Douglas now starting to work on the back of Noddy Tompkins. So let's stay on board this and see what happens with this. Dave Douglas, we know, is a specialist at this kind of things. Number 1's on his car for a reason, and he certainly does have Noddy Tompkins in the crosshairs for that P2 position. Remembering where he's sitting right now, he wins no cash. But if he gets past Noddy, he does win some. So there you go. That's the reason why these guys are out here battling. So a bit of incentive.
Just watch this. Watch this, Andy. Watch this. I can see it happening right now. Dave Douglas, the number 1. Watch this. He's going to go from 3rd position to 1st position and take this win, and he'll be in the lead with 2 laps to go. You watch this number 1 car. Last time around, 40.66 it said, but he's sitting off the back there trying to get the run. 6 laps to go. I can just see it now. He does have Adam Malone in behind as well. Adam Malone's going to be a beneficiary of this as well, and don't write off Stephen Williams. But your number 1 is a number 1 for a reason. He's going to be searching for every little bit of grip. At the moment, he's gone down the low side. I don't think that was the right thing to do, as he's gone into pit lane. So there we go. Here we are back at him, and he's gone. So Adam Malone now in the 3rd over Stephen Williams. So now Noddy Tompkins making the run up the inside for the lead here, Andy. So Noddy Tompkins, it was a pit lane strategy here. This is a fight here for the lead between Aaron Dillon, Noddy Tompkins, and Adam Malone in the background as well. Dave Douglas, who's going to get this one, Andy?
Oh, mate, I can't tell who's going to get it at the moment. Aaron Dillon, Noddy Tompkins now. It goes around the outside, so Aaron Dillon now, he's going to come into...
They can't get there. Adam can't get there either. Oh, my God.
They don't have enough fuel to get to the end.
What do you have enough?
Go on,
I
Noddy.
think I can.
I wonder how many laps he's got to go. If he's got a lap, just back out of it. Maybe just drive around half pace. You might have half a shot.
Don't ride off Jai Schultz here just quietly.
Yeah, well, you know what he's like with strategy.
Oh, Douglas is out though. Oh, come on, Tompkins is still going. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry that this is sounding really bloody terrible, but we got no idea because there's cars coming into pit lane.
Yeah, well, we don't have the preview of all the information over the team wall and in the team chats right now, but we're just having a look at the lap times. I was having a look at the lap before Dave Douglas went in, actually, and he was half a second quicker than Aaron Dillon, so he was actually, in fact, really starting to make inroads there. Very busy pit lane. Yeah,
So
Stevie Dubb.
Pritchard's got the job done there on Stephen Williams by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to fuel save a little bit.
Riley
We'll see what
Curtis
happens.
there as well, making his way through, I believe that is. 3 laps to go. Noddy Tompkins still leading this motor race. So this is going to be the... Oh, he's playing it in. So this is going to give it to Tom Pritchard at the moment. Last down pit lane, lap 72. The next four behind him are the same lap. So this is for the win of the motor race. Tom Pritchard takes the lead from Skypoynt. 2 laps to go, Andy.
He has Stephen Williams in P2 at the moment on our timing. Daiso in third. Holdsworth in fourth at the moment. But Tom Pritchard, have we got a stroke of genius here on a track that isn't a super speedway? The championship leader. Will he have enough to make it to the end? The Skypoynt entry. Truck at number 6. Let's see what happens here. He rolls around into turn 3 and 4. We're going to get the white flag this time around here. So it looks like we're going to get a good finish. No green-white checker here in Michigan for race 5. And it does look like he is going to get the white flag. Is he going to have enough here to make it? One more lap to go, 2 miles. Aiden.
I think he's got his numbers right, Mr. Pritchard, one hand as we call him. He's there in the number 6 Skypoynt truck. He's a championship leader for a reason. I don't know why I'm surprised that he's leading here in the final lap of a 1.5, but I'll tell you what a great job by Tom at the moment. He's going to take the lead, take the win here for round number 5 in the Skypoynt NASCAR Truck Series. But Andy, I'll let you take him home as the number 6 Skypoynt truck comes out of 4 for the last time tonight.
Yep, one trailer park girl right round the outside and the inside at this case at Michigan. Tom Pritchard takes the win here, race 5 at Michigan International Speedway. The number 6 Skypoynt entry, Andrew Dyson, DPR Racing P2. Great result from Dyson. And Jason Holdsworth rolling over for the P3 position there. Nitro Racing, Stevie Dubb, P4 for DPR. And Adam Malone, the Southern Stars, rounding out the top 5. Aaron Dillon, what a dominant race he had all race for the Sim Boys. Hashtag FKM Sim Boys, shout out to those guys. Jai Schultz in 7th. Dave Douglas in 8th position. Wellman in 9th. And Darren McKenzie, he did end up making the top 10 there. So good job to D-Mac there. But Tom Pritchard, to the winners go the spoils. Skypoynt number 6. Great job tonight.
Yeah, good job there by Tom, and good job by everyone tonight. As you said, the top 3, Tom Pritchard, Andrew Dyson and Jason Holdsworth. So great job by everyone tonight here for round number 5 in the Skypoynt NASCAR Truck Series. I didn't intend to be up here in the broadcast booth, Andy. I started the season so well, and next minute I'm up in the broadcast booth. That can't be a good sign.
First of all, I was like, well, dude, you get in, do 10 laps, crash, come up and then save the day, and I'll fade into the shadows.
Yeah, you said that for 4 weeks and it didn't happen. I think my time to shine was tonight, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, clearly topped out of fuel, so he got home in a sniff of an oily rag.
Aiden, are you hungry?
Am I hungry?
Yeah, you might have a taste for commentating again.
No. No. No.
We'll see.
I did a terrible job, so what are you talking about? Anyway, let's go back to the race. Tom Pritchard did get the win tonight. I tell you what, Tom's had a really solid start. Like, we forget all the stuff. We go back to season number 3, Andy, and we look at the way that Dave Douglas won it. And he didn't start the season as dominant, and Tom Pritchard has. He's taken nearly all the poles on the super speedways. He's consolidated with a couple of wins. When he's gone to a track he's not comfortable, he's come with a top 5, and he's come to Michigan tonight, and he's come away with a win and extended his championship lead at the front. What a way to start the season.
And I tell you what, we'll give Tom all of his race points if he does a burnout for us. How does that sound?
He's probably run out of fuel, to be honest.
Or the teammates are celebrating for him. They're doing the donut for him.
Yeah, he's enjoying the spoils at the moment, and Tom being Tom, he'd be loving every bit of this.
Yeah, I realise I just got to bloody interview him now.
No, you do. I'm muting.
All right, so rounding out, there you go, race 5, Michigan. Run and done, your race winner there, Tom Pritchard in the Skypoynt entry truck 6 from Andrew Dyson DPR there in P2, the 041 machine. Jason Holdsworth, great result there in the Nitro entry, number 11 there. Stevie Dubb, teammate to Andrew Dyson. So 2nd and 4th for those guys. Southern Stars, Adam Malone in 5th. Aaron Dillon in 6th place for the Sim Boys there. Josh Schultz, Platinum Racing. Dave Douglas, Gary Wellman. Darren McKenzie rounds out the top 10 there. Also mentions to Henry Fenson in 11th, Maxi Marshall in 12th. Daniel Stevens in 13th, Greg Spencer in 14th, and Craig Roffey rounding out the top 15 there. So I tell you what, it's sort of not a super speedway, but given the width of it, it kind of is in a way. But Tom Pritchard certainly leading the way early in this series. He's certainly pulling out the shots early, you could say.
Yeah, I'm thinking of putting some weight penalties on him. Can we organise that?
Yeah, we'll have to give him a couple of general infringement penalties for something tonight.
Well, 130 incident points for being too fast would be good. But anyway, no, great job by Tom tonight. So as you said, Andy, 1st, 2nd and 3rd was Pritchard, Dyson, Holdsworth. As you can see, we're still going through the results there as they go through. We don't worry about who finished at the bottom there. But we'll bring up the podium place getters very shortly, Andy, and we'll have a chat to the top 3 place getters tonight.
We certainly will. And, well, we could always run it. I'll try and find Jason, actually. I'll try and see if I can pull him up here. See if I'm lucky. No, he's not in, so we'll probably pull in Andrew Dyson for P2, I'd say. I'll drag him up here. He should be in. Andrew, you got a copy there?
Hey, mate, how's it going?
Hey, mate, how you doing? Great result, mate. Sitting in there in P2. Looked a bit wild there in between, in the middle of the race, mate. Tell us a little bit about how it went for you and from the cockpit view. And we noticed you got a 2nd and a 4th there with your teammate Stevie Dubb there. So actually great results all round for you guys with 2 in the top 4.
Yeah, it's pretty cool for Steve. Get up there in 4th. You know, he did an awesome job. He was going really hard at the start of that last stint, especially since it was a fuel game, as you know. But yeah, the first half of the race was, I suppose, pretty wild for everyone else. I mean, I pretty much managed to stay out of it all, so that was good for me. Second half of the race was pretty sedate, really. I mean, wasn't really a whole lot happening. I mean, I think everyone got the memo and was trying to do the same stuff. So not massively eventful, but still good to finally actually finish one of these races. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that is very cool. And did you kind of find when you had the cautions early in that first, say, third of the race, I should say, once you guys actually got out of that rhythm and got a green flag run and the stops in there, was that better to really see what you had under you race-wise in terms of setup relative to those around you?
Yeah, I guess so, but there was always a fuel question mark early there on too, and I kind of wish that wasn't a green flag stop, to be honest, because I didn't know how to get into the pit lane. But worked it out sort of worked it out enough to at least stay in touch. So yeah, it didn't really lead into a whole lot because you weren't all absolutely flat out. But you know, it's just the way these races wind up sometimes.
You got any question for him, Aiden?
No, Dyso, man, just thought I'd jump in. Good race tonight, mate. Good podium. Good to see you back on the podium. I think the only thing I wanted to say is, mate, I bet you're happy to be back on the podium. It's been a tough couple of weeks in this series, so good to see you back up there on the podium where you belong, mate.
Yeah, I think my best finish before this was 21st or something, and I was pumped about that. So, no, this is cool. It's good to feel like I'm actually getting a clean race in, and well, for the most part anyway, except for one incident. But pretty clean race, so it's good.
No, good to see you up there, mate. And no doubt it won't be the last time we see you this season. Hopefully I'm not in the broadcast booth too often because I started well and I'm up here, so that's how good my race went.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hope I can stay up here too, as long as I can stay out of everyone's way, I guess, and should be able to, make something happen at least on my own terms.
Mate, you don't need to stay out of anyone else's way. You'll send it, mate. Send it. Anyway, Andy, over to you.
Yeah, mate. No, great job there, mate. And awesome to have you in the series as well. It's great having yourself and Stevie Dub and the likes of your team running around with these guys. And we did notice that when the field did kind of thin out a little bit into that second half of the race, everybody kind of settled in, sussed out what they had, and got into a real good rhythm. And I think we're rattling off like the top 12 names, and every single person could technically have won that race. So it was great to see you guys all running up there and having a great time, and basically keeping it nice and clean.
Yeah, it's good, but it's good to get so many laps in under green. That's what circle racing is all about. That's when it's the most fun for me, anyway. I reckon when you get long green flag runs. So it's pat on back to all the drivers who kept it clean in the second half of that race.
So do you kind of prefer these kind of tracks, or do you prefer super speedways? I guess the super speedway is a little bit more of a lottery, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, super speedways are a different type of race all in themselves. It's same thing for everything though. Even this track's almost a bit like a super speedway, but I don't know. There's other tracks that probably have a bit more driver in them, and I prefer those ones. But they're interesting in their own right. The super speedway stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And we noticed the outside line was really working there. We noticed Stevie Dub earlier in the race. He was sticking on that kind of low to mid, and it was kind of hard because he was the truck punch in the air by himself, and he was trying to make it work. How hard was it to really get a move done on the inside, or was it something that you had to really, get a run in the draft on the outside to execute the move?
Oh, pretty much. If you couldn't clear someone by going down the inside on the exit of 2 or the exit of 4, you were going to struggle to get it done, or it was going to take more than a few corners or a few laps. It's just momentum thing. Staying around the top, you keep a bit more momentum up, and then obviously everyone runs up to the top. You get the toe again, and it just kind of works in your favour.
Yeah, no worries. Well, that was awesome, mate. So congratulations on that P2. So definitely chucking $20 into the kitty there for your payout at the end of the season, and we'll leave it on any sponsors you want to thank, mate.
I'll just thank all the guys that put on the series. Obviously, passionate bunch of dudes that get around it, so put a lot of effort into it, a lot of time into it, and we appreciate that. That's really cool. Thanks to all the drivers that roll up. Obviously, it doesn't kick off as big as it does without all the dudes that want to show up. So thanks to those dudes, and quick shout out to all the DPR boys, South Wales, Simics, Ben Max, MP Designs, and Phoenix Smokers.
Yeah, no worries. I think we're all here for the reason we all love getting stuck into it. And I mean, some nights it comes off and some nights it doesn't. So that's the beauty of it. And that's why we come back and race these trucks. And it's pretty damn awesome to race these in iRacing, especially around these guys. But we'll move on to the P1 position here, Tommy Pritchard. I kind of thought, I'm going to have to interview you now. Mate, where'd you pull up?
Man, I got to say, if you were to tell me that was going to happen early in the race, I would have been quite surprised to think that was going to unfold as it did. But as it may, I saw an opportunity there in that last pit stop. I pitted a lap after most of the other guys, so I thought, right, and they said we're really close to being lap critical, so I realised I actually saw Holdsworth back off first, and someone said, oh, he's saving for the end, and I thought, I might be a go at doing that myself. So I just tried to time my countdown fuel amount with the amount of laps to go, and I did cough on, it must have been just after going through turn 4. So yeah, it was touch and go, and I was certainly getting caught at the end there, but luckily had enough of a lead to take home the bickies.
Yeah, well, from our point of view in the broadcast booth, we weren't privy. We thought basically when you guys pitted, you could just get home. We thought it might be a little bit more sketchier for a green-white checker there, but certainly seeing those cars start to come in with a few laps to go. It all makes sense now, even with watching Jason Holdsworth, and when it clicked that he had to save fuel because he did pull the nose out and get out the way, and we tried to understand why, given he had a clean car and whatnot. So it certainly did come down to a fuel game. Where was the point, Tom, where you actually went, oh shit, hang on, I might not have enough fuel here to make it towards the end. So I should really cover this off to try and get the maximum.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a big toss up because essentially I could have kind of the safe game for me, given that I've got a pretty big lead in the series at the moment, was to just roll out with the guys, take the pit stop, and play that safe game, stay with really the majority of the bunch. And to be honest, I mean, if you were looking from a risk perspective, the risk was in doing what I was doing and kind of going for gold, going for that win, was that I run out of fuel, I don't even get to the line, and I end up 20 something. So, you know, it was one of those things where I really needed to try and make sure I had enough fuel. But when I realized that I was within a lap or two, I thought if I save a bit of fuel, I'll just essentially, even if I just roll home, I should still be able to get there. So that's essentially how I played it. But it would have been not long after that last pit stop that I actually had to start saving fuel. And I had to save I was about 2.5 laps short. So, and by the end, it was basically giving me a readout. When I had about 2 laps to go, I still had about half a lap short of fuel. So it was definitely coughing and spluttering, and I had no fuel over the line.
Yeah, it's kind of like an all or nothing situation, isn't it? It's kind of like win it or just don't get there. So,
My figuring was that I had enough to roll at home and I wouldn't at least end up dead last. And then if we did get a safety car in that last bit, I would have been straight into the pits to get a top up because obviously if there was a green white checker, you were pretty much ruined.
Well, we made the decision that if you couldn't do a burnout after the race, that you lose all your race points for the round.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit embarrassing not being able to get the car doing anything after the race. I had to get pushed home by I think Luke Kenny gave me a push home, so thank you for that. But it was a good race. Really good to see it go green at the end there. Never ceases to amaze me the caliber of the drivers we've got in this series is fantastic. And so it's a credit to everyone that we ran there in the end there all that time green. So awesome stuff.
It was great up the front all night. It was just cutthroat over and under, super fast pace. There was like awesome driving from Aaron Dillon tonight. Like nobody really had anything for him in terms of pace. Matt Payton earlier as well, very notable in that aspect with setup. And Noddy Tompkins, yeah, he did a great race tonight as well. So it's great to have those caliber guys, as you did mention. In the Skypoynt series, Dave Douglas, Andrew Dyson, Stevie Dubb, Jason Holdsworth. I mean, the list goes on and on.
And any of those could have won it tonight. I mean, it was really anyone's game. And, if it came down to outright pace, I certainly didn't have it in my truck to get there. We started a long way down the back and I was just picking them off one by one as the race went on, trying to avoid any carnage that unfolded. So I was kind of lucky and played the cards right there. But at the end of the day, when the race comes down to a fuel race, it really tosses the dice into the air and it's anyone's game. So with that you come home and it's a bit of an easy game. When you come home you got no competitors. So pretty happy to be spraying champagne over myself right now.
Nice, mate. Well, hopefully it's champagne. And just before I throw it over to Aiden there, mate, I tell you, moving house, mate. We're both moving house at the same time. Fair effort to get the server all set up in record speed time. The commentary and all of that kind of thing. So, mate, to come out and do it and win was great. So, shout out to any of the sponsors that you want, and then we'll throw it over there.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we need to thank, obviously the rest of, I want to thank the rest of the guys that helped me run the league. So that's obviously you, Andy, have a big part of it. Paul, obviously, for coming on board. Paul Jackson for coming on board with the broadcast, InterSim broadcasting. We're really thankful that you guys have come on and taken up the broadcast slot in this series. And then obviously, Aiden, you jumped in to do the commentary tonight as well. Thanks for that. All the competitors. I mean, look, I'm just thanking everyone, aren't I? But, as well as that, I'd like to say a big thank you to Todd Maxfield and Hot Toddies. He's been one of the few guys to actually jump on board and throw some money in to help sponsor the league. And with that, I might put a little plug in. If anyone does want to sponsor the league, we're offering basically a race-by-race sponsor product at the moment. So you can get your name listed on the broadcast and be the lead sponsor of the series for a race. And you can choose what race it is. If you want to sponsor a super speedway race or a particular track, we can organise that. But yeah, we've got it really affordable. So yeah, we'd love to see some more businesses get in behind this series, and we can push your business out there to our members and also our audience that watches the race every week.
Absolutely. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Kobe
Yeah.
Northborough. Norks Wilthborough. I'll spit it out soon. Aiden, you got any comments for Tommy tonight?
Nothing but to say well done, man. A really good job. You come in as the series leader, and you'll be the first to admit, coming out of the super speedways, you weren't 100% confident coming into this sort of season or part of the season. And I tell you what, you're doing a great job, mate. Another W, extending the championship lead. What more do you want?
Yeah, and I can't ask for much more from what I got tonight. But, you know, it's obviously we've got a few more races coming up in the next couple of weeks that are going to present some challenges for me. I know that, you know, I haven't had the best track record at places like Texas and stuff like that. So got to really get my eye in on them and do plenty of practice. But, yeah, look, all is well, all is good at the moment. We've got a decent lead in the series. So, you know, might get to play a little bit more of a conservative game next week, but we'll see how we go. I think, yeah.
Look forward to seeing you at the top anyway, mate. I won't be able to be there to race, unfortunately, but look forward to seeing you at the top. But Tommy, man, congratulations on your P1 tonight. Look forward to seeing you at the top next week.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, thanks, mate.
I
Choppers.
think soon some of these guys might start getting pissed off at you rubbing all their cash off them.
Yeah, there'll be none left, mate. It's ridiculous.
So even though he is a teammate, come and kick his ass, people. We want to see, we want to spread the love, but certainly Tom dominant here tonight for Michigan. Round 5 run and done. So we'll be back next week. Don't know if I'll be in a car. Don't know if I'll be in a seat. Who knows? We'll have to see. But stay tuned because the race review is coming up after this live on the Skypoint Facebook page. Special thanks to Aiden Schultz coming up into the broadcast booth. It's actually awesome to hear the whole InterSim Esports Network combination of Paul Jackson and Aiden Schultz at it again. Music to my ears, kind of. And massive thank you once again to InterSim Esports Network providing the pictures, the broadcast, all the onboard views, all the replays. Paul working his magic with the buttons. So not just good at bowling balls, also good at broadcasts. So we will definitely see you guys next week, but stay tuned for the race review coming up in around about 15 minutes time. Until then, see you next week.